It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, these guys are playing good basketball, with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And Serge Ibaka has taken his game further and further away from the basket over the years. Kenny, how do you like that?
It's farther and farther. It's not further and further. Further is a discussion. It's not further.
What is this, English class?
Yeah,
Answer the man's question.
I'm just saying.
I'm just going to take it. He's taken his game farther and further. How about both of them?
No, there is.
yeah.
But furthermore, he's got raw skill set when he entered the league. And you have to respect his development and as a shooter. So that's why I like him.
You know, he's never been a serious low-post threat. His inside game appears to be more at the defensive end, protecting the rim. Furthermore.
That's it for us for now. For Dr. O'Neal and the English professor, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. After this one game on the road, the Raptors will head back to Toronto, going up against a capable opponent. But you see their confidence. This one they feel they should win. They'll look to come out strong and show they're the better team.
And for the Raptors, it hasn't been the type of fully dominant season that a lot of the experts predicted, but they're still in a position that many other teams would envy at this point.
And still with time to put it all together and make this a successful season. Because as disappointed as this may seem right now, they're still at the top of the standings right now. It's really all about the playoffs for a team of this caliber.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, the fallout from the Nets trade with the Celtics in 2013, of course, is still being felt all around the league, and GMs are very reluctant now to surrender first-round picks unless they receive major league talent in return. Nobody out there wants to be embarrassed, Kevin, on or off the floor.
Yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. As we reach the halfway point in the season, Steve, how much does a team's depth start to play a part?
It plays a lot. I mean, if you have lack of it, then you start to see the guys that needed some rest or those nagging injuries, you can't rest them. You got to play them, especially if you're jockeying for position, looking down the road for playoffs. And then the teams who are, I would say, have all the depth in the world, those coaches have it great. They get a chance to pick and choose. They sit some guys. I know the league doesn't like that, and they get a chance to start some other guys. They manage minutes and manage injuries very well when you have a deep team.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka, and it's Siakam in at the power forward. Lowry can't get it to go. Russell against Lowry. Now, here is Russell. He's tightly guarded. Shot from 12. Jump shot is good. Russell's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Nets.
And something Russell did well in college, scoring off the pick and roll.
Now, here's Green. He's tightly guarded. Carroll against Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Here's Green. Rebound, Brooklyn. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Here is Ibaka following the bucket by the Nets. Off target at the rim.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
Russell passes to Fareed. Back to Russell. Passes to LeVert. Pulls up on the wing. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Green. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Carroll against Leonard. To the middle. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
Russell kicks to Fareed. Pass to LeVert, and here's Russell, guarded by Green. Up top, Russell. The game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. Toronto trailing. Inside. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Kyle Lowry with great vision and court awareness on that play. What a pass.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Fareed. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's LeVert. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Hey, Smitty, with Serge Ibaka, you can bet when the games matter the most, he's going to be locked in.
Yeah, he can be inconsistent during the regular season, but he has another gear he can shift to in the playoffs, and they need that from him. He gives you intensity on both ends, and he can stretch the floor.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Ibaka against Allen. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now Leonard. He's coming off a 19-point game against Philadelphia. Shoots from the line. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Brooklyn will come the other way. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
A division battle. These two squads play each other 4 times this season.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Serge Ibaka, known for his defense since he came into the league, still a very capable shot blocker. He has good strength, and he can guard post players much bigger than him. You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
Russell against Lowry. Pass to LeVert. To the paint, and the dunk by Fareed.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized 4.
And so Green will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Well, with Ibaka, it's the toughness. He's definitely a scrapper for the team.
And that role goes beyond just banging bodies down low. He'll get into the face of opposing players, and he can get in their heads as well. It's just part of the role that he plays for this team.
So it's Brooklyn now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Russell feeling it out a bit. 6 to shoot. Kicks to Carroll. And it's off from three-point range. Raptors leading by 3. Lowry inside the line. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
It seems like almost every shot Lowry takes is contested, but he doesn't let it bother him.
The pass to Fareed. Back to Russell. Allen outside. And it's Russell in the corner. Shot from the wing. Siakam pulls it in. For Toronto, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Nobody near Leonard. Off target from three-point range.
The defense fortunate there. He's a guy you hate to leave wide open.
LeVert softly drops in the floater.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Outside, Green. Left side, Ibaka. Siakam kicks to Green. From deep. Lowry can't get it to go. Nets trail by 3. To the inside. Carroll passes to LeVert. Outside, Russell. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And having added strength to his wiry frame, Russell able to convert through contact there and draw the foul.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one. So for the Nets, Ed Davis has checked in for Reed. Hollis Jefferson comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. A new group in now for the Raptors. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Leonard. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. That one drops. He ties it up. The NBA always evolving, Steve. What do you like to see in a big man coming through the ranks these days with the kind of game we've got in front of us?
Well, I think right now, a lot of these big guys, they have to be versatile, especially on the defensive end. We talk so much about the big shooting threes, but I think the big guys right now got to be able to switch on pick and rolls, being able to guard the smaller guys, and I think also you still have to have that toughness. But I would love, Kevin, to see somebody come in and just dominate on the low block, and our entire game changes because this guy can win a championship being a low post player.
But you really think that's going to happen?
No, not at all.
Now here's Wright, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Anunoby. The reverse. Rebounded by the Nets.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Wright kicks to Miles. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Raptors lead by 3.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Russell. 6 points for him. The Nets working the ball around now. And they're on the break. VanVleet passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. It's stolen by Ibaka. Davis against Miles. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he knocks down the first one. And Brooklyn making a change here. Napier's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
The Toronto Raptors, they don't get enough credit for their defense. They were a top 5 team last year in opponent field goal percentage. And as a group, they close out well and get a hand up on every shot.
Timeout called, the Nets. And Steve, the Raptors defense, they may not have any first-team all-defenders, but as a group, they're solid.
They have strong rim protection. They were second in the league in blocks. They rebound well as a group. You don't think of the Toronto Raptors as a defensive team, but this team gets a lot of wins because of their defense.
Here's Dinwiddie, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Allen with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Here's Hollis Jefferson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And that one's good. Right. And the Raptors lead by 7.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Allen left side. Here's Dinwiddie. The teardrop falls in. Dinwiddie's got his first basket.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
And Wright kicks to Miles. Van Vliet looking around. Back to Miles. The tray. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Napier. He's guarded closely. Here's the floater. And the layup is good. And now just a 3-point Raptor lead. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and they were just shaky at times when it mattered most in that game, and it cost them.
You know what? They were awful offensively. Labored to score on any level.
Shots good by Ibaka.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Dinwiddie. His last outing, he had 8 points. He kicks to Napier. Pass to Davis. Allen trying to break free, and Davis gets it to go.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
Raptors leading by 3. Pass to Anunoby. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And the muscle that Anunoby possesses, fantastic at gutting it out through contact and finishing.
And last season, a very strong rookie campaign, Greg, for OG Anunoby.
You know, the team quickly learned that they could rely on him offensively. And it's rare to have a team trust someone taken 23rd overall that quickly. Surprised a lot of people with how efficient he was on offense right out of the gate. And I think you're going to see him continue to grow in that regard.
And the free throw, no good.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving. Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Here is Miles following the bucket by the Nets. 23 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. For Toronto, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 19 seconds left in the first. Napier feeling it out a bit. Out to the right wing. One-on-one fast break. 1 second left, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Raptors up 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work ethic of his teammates.
You come in every day. Guys are in the gym every single day. So I used to think that I was always the hardest worker, but, just coming to seeing guys, the amount of work that they put in, trying to get better each and every day.
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
We've got Allen. Davis is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Out to the right wing. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
Well, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty. But sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better. But it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty started to be questioned.
Kenneth Faried's checked in for the Nets. And both free throws good for Napier.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
Here's Van Vliet. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Davis against Ibaka. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wright finds Ibaka. And the Raptors miss again.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City. Here's Napier, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby. And again, Toronto no luck. Nets trail by 3. Here's Dinwiddie. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Faried the pass to Napier. And no good that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Anunoby kicks to right. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got 6 points.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game, both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
You have to give credit to the defenses, protecting the rim, closing out hard. This one's been a grind.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Stolen by Fareed. Here's Dinwiddie. Right through the D for the layup. Dinwiddie's got his third basket of the night.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen and went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And Kenneth Fareed, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Damari Carroll's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, and it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. A new group in now for the Raptors. Siakam is checked in for Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard comes in for C.J. Miles. Danny Green, he's checked in for Wright. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Fred VanVleet.
You don't see the finger roll that much anymore, but when you do, it's always a treat.
Now, here's Green. He's guarded closely. Outside Lowry. Three-pointer. And the Raptors miss again. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Kicks it to Napier. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Russell's checked in.
One shot.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
And so Lowry will bring it up for Toronto. The pass to Siakam. On the wing, Green. Back to Siakam. Good work there as it goes. Siakam's got it all tied up now for Toronto.
You can't give him any daylight or he will do just that.
They get a hand on it. Leonard with the steal. Fast break, Toronto. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Leonard's got 6.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now here's Napier. Now recovering. Passes it to LeVert. Clock at 6. Over Leonard. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, this is where he's inconsistent, and that can slow down your team's momentum.
Lowry passes to Anunoby. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's the teardrop. Rebound, Brooklyn. Fareed's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Another steal. Leonard inside. Fareed on him. Leonard with the bucket. 8 points for him.
Look at the handles by Kawhi Leonard. He has worked on that part of his game. He has his defender on skates.
Now here's Napier. D right on him. The drive by Russell. When you played on the road, Smitty, just how much did you hear comments from the crowd? Home or away, but I'm guessing more on the road than at home.
Yeah, on the road you hear some interesting comments, Kevin, from a lot of the fans. And a lot of times I didn't want to drown it out. I wanted to hear because it fueled me. And to get a chance to, I wouldn't say engage. I would tell young players not to engage. But the one thing I would do, Kevin, when you get going, you just kind of catch that fan. You get eye contact and you give them that smile. And that's when I think you really attack them by your facial expressions.
Good explanation. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, and with this increased aggressiveness offensively, Russell's shooting more and more free throws.
On the wing, Green. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Napier. Off target with his 3.
Well, this whole period for him, it's been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
Green kicks to Anunoby. To the paint, outside for Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot off. And it's Leonard missing. Nets trail by 4. Outside Russell. The dish to Fareed. Back to Napier. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Green against Fareed. Here's Siakam. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here's Napier. He's got 9. Outside, Russell. And Carroll now atop the key. From deep three-point range. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Now, here's Lowry. Napier covering. Here's Leonard. No good on that one. The Nets go the other way with it. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. The offensive rebound. Now, here's Napier. He's guarded closely. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
The Nets have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Napier.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Allen's checked in for the Nets. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Toronto leading by 3. Over in the corner, Green. The three-pointer, no good. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the 2nd. Green against Russell. Pass to Carroll. To the inside. And Fareed kicks to Napier. But they get it back. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for 1 more coming up.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
The Nets have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Fred VanVleet is checked in for OG Anunoby.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And it's tied up with that one. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Really left alone that time. Van Vliet's got his first 3 points of the game.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
And now let's take a look at Kawhi Leonard. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's averaging 30 points, almost 3 steals, and 5 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Here's Carroll after Toronto got the three-pointer. He dishes it to Napier. Shot clock at 6. Carroll passes to Allen. Siakam kicks to Lowry. To the right side. Here's Van Vliet. Got a piece of it.
You could just see the reach that Carroll has on that defensive play. Nice block.
Lets it go from deep. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Back to Lowry. Right side Leonard. Over Napier. And too long on the shot.
Tough miss. He found some space inside the arc, but he could deliver.
Well, in the case of Kawhi Leonard, actions definitely, Steve, speak louder than words.
He's one of the most soft-spoken players in the game. Takes a humble, persistent approach to almost everything he does, and the results speak for themselves.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Carroll for 3, kept alive. Here's Fareed. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Nets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Nets, Davis is checked in for Allen. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Damari Carroll. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Napier. And then for Toronto, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. C.J. Miles comes in for Green. And it's Wright in for Kyle Lowry. Both free throws good from Fareed. 1:29 left in the second quarter. Van Vliet kicks to Wright. Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Russell. Teardrop shot, and he comes up with the deuce. Van Vliet's got 5 points now in the quarter. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Davis, the pass to Dinwiddie. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. 1:03 left here in the second. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Outside Leonard. Over Russell. Leonard kicks to Van Vliet. That three off the mark.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Toronto trailing.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
End of quarter, great time to squeeze out an extra possession.
Now here's Miles. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia. Here's Hollis Jefferson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 3.
Nice awareness there, finding the open man down the court on the break.
Here's Van Vliet. He's got 5. Pass to Leonard. Over for Reed. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They look like a more focused team in the second quarter, and what was an early deficit for them has turned into a 3-point lead at the break. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense, called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, they've been getting worked on the glass. Out-hustled, out-muscled, out-bustled. Where's the fight? I know they got some tough matchups down low, but if they really want to win the game, they need to crash the boards way harder in the second half.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Raptors trail by 3. So for Toronto right now, Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in at the 4-man position. Here's Russell. The pass to LeVert. He kicks it to Fareed. Just 5 on the clock. Russell. It's rebounded by Leonard.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Siakam. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Carroll. Great D that time from Leonard.
When you miss a lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Green, no luck. The Nets with the lead. The feed now to Allen. It's stolen by Ibaka. Russell against Lowry. Kicks to Ibaka. 6 to shoot. Outside Leonard. For the lead. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for Brooklyn. It's a close game here in Brooklyn. Here's LeVert, guarded by Green. Pulls up on the wing. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
That's the shot they were looking for. After 3 straight misses coming out of the break, let's see if that sparks a rally.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lowry's shot is good.
A nice three-point shooter. Kyle Lowry extends the defense trying to cover him.
Passes it to Carroll. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Down low. Fareed finds Allen. Outside Russell. Pass to Carroll. To the wing on the left. Here's LeVert. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. LeVert's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, not the best look they can get, but at the end of the day, it's all about shot making.
Siakam passes to Leonard. And again, Toronto with the triple.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Pass to LeVert. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Now here's Leonard. He's got 11.
And with Kawhi in this past summer, his health was such an unknown quantity during trade talks. Now that we know that Kawhi is a full go, it looks like a great deal for Toronto. Casts a bit of a shadow and doubt over Kawhi's last year in San Antonio, but it is what it is at this point.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First one falls for him.
You know, when you look at the MVP race each year, most of the candidates were drafted in the top 5, but somehow Kawhi lasted to number 15.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Nets trail by 3. There's the pass to LeVert. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held them back.
Lowry kicks to Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Fareed. Allen with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Russell high post, working on Ibaka. Count that one. Russell's got 12 in the game.
And sliding inside, under control, Russell still just scratching the surface of his full potential.
And here is Green. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Well, Smitty, when it comes to Danny Green, this guy's got a lot of courage. We know that. The man lives with 2 enormous boa constrictors.
Jade and Lightning, those are their names. He's had Jade since his days at North Carolina. Said that given his busy schedule, snakes were just a lot easier to take care of than other pets.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
He hits the second from the line.
And though he's a physical, tough-minded individual, Danny Green's averaged less than 1 free throw attempt per game over his career. That's surprising.
Now here's Carroll. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Russell. And that one drops. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Green finds Lowry. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And Lowry has no problem setting up teammates. He strikes a good balance between passing and scoring.
Nets trail by 4. Here's LeVert. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Russell left side. Hollis Jefferson passes to Carroll. 2 on the clock. From the wing. And it's LeVert missing. Toronto leading by 4. Green kicks to Lowry. To the paint. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Poke loose. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. These players have been all about defense lately. Here are the steal leaders in the NBA this month. In the third spot, Kawhi Leonard.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. LeVert's got 7.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Now here's Green. Defense is right there. Lowry kicks to Anunoby. Back to Lowry from past the arc. No good there. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's LeVert. 7 points in the game. The shot by Carroll, no good. Here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Timeout called, the Nets.
It's hard to disagree with the timeout here, as the team badly needs to regain focus. They're out of sync offensively, way too many turnovers, and looking frustrated. They need to get back to their pace, their brand of basketball.
Davis is checked in for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for DeMar Carroll. Then for the Raptors, C.J. Miles. He's checked in for Leonard. Wright comes in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Dinwiddie. 8 points for him. Russell from long range. Toronto grabs the miss. VanVleet's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And stolen by Russell. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Yeah, the anticipation. Russell on top of the play there. Gets the steal, then gets his boys out in the open floor.
Now here's Miles. 5 points in the game. Basket good. Miles has got 7 points.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Dinwiddie passes to Russell. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Shoots over Miles and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. 6 points for him.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
VanVleet kicks to Miles. It's good from long range.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Wright. Here's Dinwiddie, over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Shoots off the step back, and the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from LeVert.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
Here's Van Vliet taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Raptors lead by 6.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Down low. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Shabazz Napier's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Miles. LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Over Wright. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Toronto leading by 6. Wright outside. Dishes to Miles. Here's Anunoby. He has 6. Over Napier. And it falls over the rim and in. Anunoby's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
The mid-range area, perfect place to use your size advantage.
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Wright. LeVert the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Siakam pulls it in. Toronto's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the 3rd quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 8-point game. Here's LeVert. He's got 9. A floater. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You take a look at the Raptors. Right there in 5th position. Middle of the pack in the conference. And, of course, there's the Nets. Just a couple spots back.
And right now for Brooklyn, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
And the good thing is that once again, there's some excitement around this team. Their fans are starting to get back on board after watching such a tough season last year.
Now here's Miles. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Anunoby. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's foul number 2 for him. The Nets making a switch here. Fareed is checked in. And Toronto also making a switch. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Pascal Siakam. 1:29 left in the 3rd quarter. Stolen by Miles. Pass to Van Vliet. Ibaka looking for an opening. Back to Van Vliet. 6 on the shot clock. And Wright kicks to Van Vliet. Takes a 3. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Wright. He's averaging 6 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Now here's Napier, guarded closely. Fareed finds Hollis Jefferson.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. Leonard, he's checked in for the Raptors. No good on the second free throw. Toronto leading by 7. Here's Wright. Plays it up and banks it in. Wright's got his second basket of the night.
This is where it's important to have guys looking for opportunities. Terrific lead pass.
Down low. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Here's Leonard. The rebound by the Nets. Fareed's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They've got a monster lead that's taking a life of its own.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. The shot, no good. And so it's Toronto holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. We'll return shortly. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Kenneth Fareed is out there with Davis. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Sunday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And that game against the Warriors, I think this squad has the confidence that they can play to their strengths against them. And even though they're going after the #1 team right now in our league, they feel they can get the W.
Good on the second free throw. Wright with it. Pass to Van Vliet. Wright outside. From down in the low post, it goes. Nets trail by 12. Napier kicks to Fareed. Got a piece of it. Five to shoot. Here's Dinwiddie. But they get it back. Here's Napier. Good on the three-point shot.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Toronto leading by 9. Van Vliet passes to Miles. Outside Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, you know, the truth is Leonard's been focused all night. Has an array of go-to moves and the endurance to keep on coming.
Napier kicks to Fareed. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Davis. And Damari Carroll subbed in for Hollis Jefferson. And Toronto also making a switch. Danny Green, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. Now here's Fareed. He kicks to Napier. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. LeVert's checked in for the Nets. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Toronto. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Here's Van Vliet. Swiped it away. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And it's LeVert missing.
Well, this is where he's inconsistent, and that can slow down your team's momentum.
They get the rebound. Out to Ibaka. Raptors moving the ball around. There's the pass to Van Vliet. High, arcing shot. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists now tonight. Nets trail by 13. Dinwiddie passes to Allen, and he uses the glass on the layup.
High percentage play, working the ball in close, then the nice move to convert.
Raptors have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Now Lowry passes it to Van Vliet. His three-pointers off the mark.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. Raptors leading by 11. Here's Leonard. Here's Ibaka, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You see Serge in the painted area, feels the defender, goes on the attack.
Serge Ibaka taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka has gone through a lot of roles since he's entered the league. Now pretty much a shot blocking stretch 4.
And Toronto making a change here. Siakam's checked in. Ibaka hits both of them. Here's LeVert. They're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock in under 10 seconds from here on out.
Here's Dinwiddie. And the Nets, another 3. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Outside Leonard. Over for Reed. Accurate with a jumper from the elbow. 19 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Tries from 10. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Kicks to Lowry. Pass to Siakam. 5 to shoot. Here's Green. And Allen with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Nets fall.
D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Dinwiddie.
D'Angelo Russell.
Nets trail by 12. Allen outside. Russell from long range. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Green. Ibaka outside. Green finds Leonard. Shoots from 14. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Leonard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Russell against Lowry. Russell passes to LeVert. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game. Deep two from Russell.
Lowry isn't the biggest player, but he can get in your shirt and challenge a shot.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Carroll against Leonard. Pass to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Lowry. Jacks up a 3. The shot comes out. Nice D from Russell. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Toronto leading by 14. On the wing, Green. Outside Lowry. Back to Green. Stolen by Fareed. Outside Russell. Here's Allen. And he lays it straight in.
He is really shouldering the load on the offensive end and doing an outstanding job. But he needs the rest of his team to step up.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. Tries it from 19. That's good on the jump shot. Leonard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Raptors.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Now, here is Russell. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Green. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Raptors lead by 16.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Russell passes to LeVert. Back to Russell. Lets the 3 fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Russell's got 9 points now in just the second half. Raptors leading by 13. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Raptors moving the ball around. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. So we'll see D'Angelo Russell go to the line here. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Shooting one.
Free throw good, Russell. Now, here's Lowry. Kicks it out to Leonard. Clock at 6. The rebound by the Nets.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And it's LeVert missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
There's the pass to Green. Down low, Siakam. And Allen with the block. And he's able to get it back. The shot by Lowry, no good.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Leonard against Carroll. The shot off that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Leonard with the steal, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Feeds to Fareed. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Shooting Brooklyn, Kenneth Fareed. Taking 2 shots.
Two.
That's good from Fareed. The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Raptors leading by 13. Green kicks to Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Leonard's got 27.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Fareed outside. Unloads from 13. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. Toronto's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. He kicks it to Green. Passes it to Leonard. Over Fareed. 5 on the clock. Green inside the three-point line. Misses off the right iron. Nets trail by 15. And here's Carroll. Pass to Russell.
2 minutes.
Fareed outside. Kicks to Carroll. Russell from long range. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Leonard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
That's his 4th personal. 2nd team foul. At the line for the Raptors. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. Nets trail by 16. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Allen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Fareed the pass to LeVert. Puts up a 3. Drills it from outside. Raptors leading by 13. Ibaka outside. Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Russell. With the teardrop. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Toronto.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Carroll against Leonard. Here's LeVert. No good with the triple. Leonard looking around. Here's Van Vliet. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time